Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kosala, also known as Marventus. Welcome to MarvTV. Yes, a stirring comeback is afoot. First of all, many thanks to all the loyal followers who have stayed on the channel right as followers all of these months. It's been ages since I have posted a video. Lots of excellent reasons for this, involving career changes, starting of companies, things going well, and so on and so forth. However, as a side effect of this, I now have slightly more time on my hands, and therefore will be devoting a little bit more time to getting this channel back up and running. We're going to start off with a game I've been playing for several months now. It took me years to get into it. Yes, this is true. We are staring at League of Legends. League of Legends by Riot Games. Now, League of Legends is a game that falls into the MOBA category, M-O-B-A, the Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. We will get into the specifics of how MOBAs work and how this one works in the future, but basically you are a team of up to 5 people playing together to vanquish the other team and to destroy their base. A MOBA. League of Legends is by far and away the most successful MOBA. Heralding from way back in the day a add-on to another MOBA called Dota, which was called War of the Ancients. Therefore, we have League of Legends now doing all kinds of fascinating things. There are millions and millions and millions of players around the world, and it is massive in the esports arena. And we are going to start out this very first video with understanding the interface. And now the first time you download the client and install it, I heavily recommend that you play the tutorial, which is going to be the first thing staring at you. What you see in front of you now is what comes once you've played the tutorial and you have landed in the main interface. So here in the midsection is what Riot Games typically uses for advertising things, and the bottom section for advertising highlights coming out of their news and stores. Typically you can ignore the majority of this. The good stuff for you happens up here in the top right. The big play button in the middle allows you to play a variety of different game types, which you will get to in a moment. And the right hand side is your dashboard. Over here is your user icon. Clicking on this will allow you to swap into different icons that you have already gotten or have bought in the store. The number is your level. Up here is you, and then over here you have your currencies. In the left, you've got your Riot points. These cost money to buy and are entirely optional. On the right, you have your influence points. These are earned by playing the game and can be utilized to spend in the store for items and characters. You do not need to buy anything. You can have a perfectly outstanding experience over time by simply earning influence points. The buying is optional. I can tell you, however, that once you get properly addicted to this game, you'll be buying like nobody's business. But there it is. Over here, in case you have bought any boosts, you will see what boosts you have left, and we'll get to that in a moment as well. The buttons at the bottom. The gold button is the store. Clicking on the store will take you to the Riot Games in-game store, allows you to do a number of different things involving buying champions, skins, ward skins, summoner icons, and so on and so forth. You can browse the store at your leisure and figure out what you want and don't want. There are some nice things in there. We won't get into this too much because this is a purely optional area of the game and is not a requirement. The second button will take you to your profile page where you can see yourself and any teams that you belong to, if any. The profile page will give you a selection of different options. The main profile page gives you a snapshot of how you are doing at any given time. The leagues, whatever leagues you happen to belong to and how you're placing in them. The match history is a history of your matches, and clicking around in them will show you the stats related to those matches. Champions gives you a window in which you can review and look at every individual champion in the game and then filter it according to what is currently available, what you own, not owned, and so on and so forth. Clicking on a champion will take you to the champion page that tells you everything you need to know about this particular champion. Riot Games have done this exceptionally well, and new champions are very, very easily approachable as a result of this. You can quickly read up on it and get into it. With a little bit of practice, you will be up and running. Runes. are ways in which you can augment your champions in very specific ways by adding different types of runes that you can buy in the store for your influence points, and subtly but importantly tweaking your character to make it original and individual to your style of gameplay. A very nice addition indeed. Similar to, say, talents. Runes and masteries are similar to talents in most MMOs or RPGs you may have played. The masteries are a selection of specific talents that you can buy, right, with a set amount of points that you can use to distribute in order, once again, to tweak your characters to a specific setup that you enjoy playing. Summoner spells are a selection of spells from which you can pick 2 every single time you enter a game. That again allows you a specific set of skills that are ideal for particular roles. We'll get into that in future videos. Item sets. This is where you can view every item that you can buy in the game in order to understand and learn about them, as well as creating customized sets that will automatically appear in game for any specific characters you want them to appear for, which again, a very new addition to the League of Legends client and a very nice welcome addition, especially if you are new to the game and would like to run preset item sets so you don't need to think too much while actually in the game. Right, very, very nice. Now over here, we have, for those of us who are interested in League of Legends lore, a running continuous newspaper that is sort of twice a monthly that Riot Games will publish with news and lore regarding the game itself. Quite pleasant reading from time to time. And over here you've got the help window. On the far right you have your preferences and settings. These do not manage in-game settings, which are done from within the game itself. So there you have the top right selection that'll give you the governance of the actual client interface and your account. But where is the fun stuff? The fun stuff begins here. Big red button. Push it. Don't be afraid. Nothing magical is going to happen. Just push it. You've got a selection of options. You've got tutorials. Definitely play all of those if you have not done so. You have custom games that allow you to create specific game types that you control yourself that can be played with bots. This is an excellent way to practice strategies and practice new champions without actually getting into the multiplayer option of the game. You have co-op choices where you can invite a selection of your buddies and play them against the enemies or against each other in a controlled environment that is not influenced by the overall multiplayer ladder. And then most importantly, where you'll be spending the majority of your time is in your PvP tab. There are 3 main types of the game in League of Legends. There is the classic mode, which allows you the 5v5 Summoner's Rift and the 3v3 Twisted Tree Line maps. We'll get to the maps in a future video. We have Dominion, which allows you a 5v5 Crystal Scar map, which is essentially running around the place capturing points as opposed to destroying bases. And then you have a very popular skirmish mode called ARAM, which stands for All Random All Mid, which is a 5v5 map that contains only one lane and the character that you play is randomized as opposed to you being able to choose it. This mode gives you a very, very volatile gameplays and very, very random gameplay events. Highly recommended to start with a few of these if you are new to League of Legends. Avoid the first 2 first, go straight to ARAM, mess around a little, as you will be doing a gigantic amount of dying, but it is a great way to quickly learn your characters and the overall concept of playing in a team. So there we have it, the basics of the League of Legends client. Keep an eye out for the next video where we will start getting into the rules and concepts of the games. Thank you for watching, and until next time, this is Marv from MarvTV.